bike has fuel and the battery is connected, and after probably a month and a half of working on it, I'm finally gonna try for a first start. So let's see how it goes. Forgot the fuel pump. A leak in fuel. Okay, so the secondary fuel tank is leaking gas. It's got to be pinhole leaks. I can't even see. All I can see is that there's gas pouring out of it. So whatever. I guess I need a new secondary fuel tank, but I really want to hear this thing start, so I just put the fuel feed in this gas can here, and I'm gonna try again to start it and see if I can get the thing to start. Just get some kind of victory out of this thing. So here we go. And the battery's dead. Okay, it's the next morning. I have the day off today and I'm going to make this thing run. So I charged up the battery overnight. It's good to go. And now I just figure that I will check spark. So this is just an old spark plug out of the Mustang. And I'm just going to hit the starter and see if we get spark here. Try and hold the camera too. It's not that easy with only two hands. I don't know if you can see it, but we do have spark, so plug that back into its spark plug, and then because my auxiliary tank has a leak in it, I'm just going to dip the feed that would go from the auxiliary tank into this gas can here and try and start her up. So here we go. Try some starter fluid. Oh. Okay, so I think that my fuel pump's probably shot. Okay, so she runs. Fuel pump is definitely shot. I actually think I have another one off a car, so I'm gonna see if I can get that to work. Okay, so little update for what's going on with the Magna here. As you saw, I got it running and was working on bleeding the coolant. I don't think I got it on video, but I had it idling without the air box and stuff on, and as soon as I would give it gas, it would die. So I did some reading online, which told me that the bike basically won't run without the box and air filter on. So I put those on and started it back up, and sure enough, you can give it gas and it revs up. So that's good. So now I'm addressing the problem of not having the secondary fuel tank because it's leaking. So my fix for the problem was just to go to Home Depot and get a combination of fittings that will allow me to basically put this on this hose here and then just connect it right to the fuel line. So basically I'm just bypassing the secondary tank. So I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to put the battery box and stuff back in. I'm going to bleed the coolant, and then I want to try and ride up and down the street for a little bit and see if it'll get up to temp and stay at temp, and then we'll see about going and trying to get it inspected. But first I got to put it back together, so here we go. Well, just took the Magna for its inaugural test drive. Basically just went up and down the street 4 or 5 times, and she's running great. She's not leaking anything. It shifts good. I had to air up the tires, and it turns well, it stops, it does everything. So next step for me is just to try and get it to pass inspection. So I want to clean up the wiring and cable ties a little bit, find a better way to mount this, and let's see. Oh, he said that if it looks like it came with turn signals and he wanted to have them, and it looks like it here, so I'm gonna see if I can't just put this horn button right here where the turn signals are. So that's my plan. So I'm gonna take this apart and try to fit that horn button in there. So that's what I'm doing, but super stoked that this thing finally runs. Okay, so time for a little update. I was on a time crunch yesterday and just trying to get stuff done on the bike and didn't really get much recorded. So I'm just gonna give you guys a full update and let you know what's going on. So as you can see, stuff has happened. So basically what I did was get the thing running, and then it needs a new front tire. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's nice and dry rotted and stuff. Needs a new front tire pretty bad. I really wanted to just drive it to the tire place and let them do it, but the tire place is far away and I ain't trying to drive it that far illegally. So I took it to the inspection place, which is literally like less than a mile from my house. It's like a back road all the way there, and took it there and had them inspect it, and the guy said he would have passed me except for the front tire. So I'm not gonna be able to get around that. So I've got the front wheel off. It was kind of a pain, but it wasn't actually as bad as I thought. So I'm gonna take the front wheel to the tire place and get a new tire today. Then I'm gonna go and try and pass inspection again. He said that if everything else is good, then he'll pass me, and he looked at the rest of it and said it was good. I also did get a new rear brake caliper in, and it's actually off a Sabre, which is like, I guess, the UK version of the Magna. But the piece did fit. I wasn't sure if it would, and it's hard to find information online about these things, but it did fit and it works. It stops the bike, so I have front and back braking now, so that feels good. So yeah, and they say everything else on the bike was good. I was a little bit worried about what they were gonna say about me not having blinkers, but apparently that's okay. So yeah, get a new tire and then go to the inspection place, and then I can go and try and register the thing. Just a touch nervous about registering the thing because the previous owner never did put the title in his name. So there's always hoops to jump through and grief that the registration office gives me about that. But I'm trying to give them money, so I think that we'll be able to come to an agreement one way or another. So here I go. Got the wheel loaded up in the Max. I will ride you soon. All right, less than an hour later, I'm back with a fresh tire. About to throw this thing on the bike and try again to get her inspected. Wish me luck. All right, so it's time for a little update on the Magna. So I got it running, as you saw, and got it to pass inspection. I got it registered and put my name, title, all that good stuff. And I rode it around for 2 glorious hours, just long enough to get hooked on the thing, find out how much I loved it, and then the engine seized up on me. I don't know what caused it. I don't know if it just sat for too long and had gunk in the cylinders. I don't know if the oil pump went out. I know it didn't overheat because it wasn't hot, and I knew I had filled up and bled the coolant, so it couldn't be that. But my guess would be, yeah, like I say, either it sat for too long or the oil pump went out, one of the two. But pretty frustrating because, you know, I just got it fixed up and just started to ride, and something like that happens. But it is what it is. So by now you'd probably be saying he's learned his lesson and just gonna go buy a decent bike that's ready to go, because I really want to ride, like right now, really bad. But no, I didn't learn my lesson. So what do I do when something like this happens? I turn around and buy another one.